Today we're focusing on Korean skincare for hyperpigmentation. We'll put together multiple ingredients from multiple brands in order to best treat hyperpigmentation. We'll talk the types of hyperpigmentation, melanocyte basics, the 5 best products, and your ideal routine. There are many types of hyperpigmentation. Most commonly, we see dark spots after acne. There's also melasma, which is very common amongst women, and also hyperpigmentation from sun exposure in general. To treat hyperpigmentation, we need to target the melanocytes that live at the very bottom of our epidermis. The melanocytes make pigment and they send it up through a sort of highway network to get it to the very top of the skin. For the pigment to get from the very bottom to the very top of the epidermis, it takes 28 days. So it may feel like your new routine isn't working, but in reality, you just haven't seen the results yet. For some conditions, our melanocytes go crazy and they make way too much pigment. And to stop this, we need to focus on the individual melanocyte and stop that pigment from being made. There are 4 major steps to produce pigment. Number 1. The melanocyte needs a blood supply for nutrients and growth factors in order to function. Number 2, there's a critical enzyme called tyrosinase, which is required to make pigment. Number 3, there's an intricate highway network to bring the pigment from the very bottom to the very top of our skin. And number 4, our dead skin cells slough off the top to make way for more pigment. Now, let's intervene in each of these 4 steps in order to stop pigment production. Number 1, tranexamic acid impedes the blood supply from reaching the melanocyte. Number 2, there are many ingredients that can inhibit the tyrosinase enzyme. Hydroquinone is the gold standard, but there's a lot of options. Number 3, we can block the pigment from being able to reach the top of the skin. And number 4, we can increase the sloughing of the dead skin cells to decrease the amount of pigment. When putting together a hyperpigmentation routine, it's best to use ingredients from different steps in order to increase your chance of success. For example, if you're using both azelaic acid and vitamin C, it may be better to use azelaic acid and niacinamide, as then you're inhibiting 2 separate steps instead of just 1. I'd also like to point out our favorite ingredient, retinol, is involved in 3 separate steps, so it's a great bang for your buck kind of ingredient for hyperpigmentation. Now let's pick our products. We have both tranexamic acid and niacinamide in the serum from Anua. We love vitamin C in every routine, and there's a wonderful one from Claire's. There's also a very popular alpha-arbutin and rice water serum from the Beauty of Joseon called the Glow Deep Serum. We'll use some more rice water in this very hydrating moisturizer from the brand I'm From. And lastly, our favorite ingredient as always, retinol from COSRX. Now let's tie everything together with a routine. For the morning, you can alternate between vitamin C on one day and the Anua and Beauty of Joseon serums on the other day. At night, if your skin can tolerate it, you can use retinol and moisturizer every night. That may be a little too much for some people. They can only handle retinol a few times a week.